Today we have a very special guest in the studio, a very dear friend of mine, Damir Hadzovic, UFC fighter.
Fighting out of Copenhagen, Denmark by way of Gorazde, Bosnia, here is Damir Hadzovic!
So you came to Denmark as a young child without a father, so you had to get tough, you had to find your way.
I am Damir Hadzovic. My nickname is the Bosnian Bomber. Kick hard, punch hard. You know, I try always to finish a fight.
One of the things that I love about you so much. You have such a good heart. You have a big heart, big heart.
Family was there, her family, they all good. Brother, now it's time to go to war.
Yeah.
You know, high pressure, brother. It's always high pressure with you.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Harry and Mads High Pressure Podcast. Today we have a very special guest in the studio, a very dear friend of mine, Damir Hadzovic, UFC fighter, a great friend, a great father, a great husband. We are very, very happy that you are here.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, Damir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it.
So, Damir, I'm looking so much forward for this podcast because we arranged it a month ago. I've known you for almost 15 years. You have such an exciting story to tell. And I think we should go complete back. Before you started MMA, you started with boxing, no? In Esbjerg.
No, actually, no. I started after I tried MMA. I started
okay.
MMA. Then I noticed, like, hey, these MMA guys can't box for shit. Like, they have this, there was this in the beginning, there's typical MMA striking. They learn striking. Like, what is this? Because I watched boxing, kickboxing. I know that is not. So, and also because we only have 2 trainings a week, like Thursday and Tuesday. So there was a boxing club in Esbjerg. So they train Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And I'm like, perfect. Then I could fill out my whole week out and then relax on Sunday. Most people think I began with boxing, but I didn't. I began with MMA, and then I started boxing, and then I boxed boxing matches just to get better because competition is competition.
I'm always too fast. Harry is sometimes better with the introduction. You know what? Let's give us a fast introduction of you. Where you're from? How old are you? When did you start fighting? And
what have you done?
Yes.
What have you achieved?
Yes.
Exactly.
I am Damir Hadzovic. My nickname is the Bosnian Bomber, or I like the Bosnian Viking, because as I say, even though I came to Denmark as a 6-year-old, I grew up here, you know, I was taught by this system, so it's like Bosnian hardware, Danish software. You know, with a lot
that
of
was a good way. That was a good way to explain it.
Yeah.
With a lot of Bosnian, with a lot of Bosnian viruses and bugs, you know, if you understand what I mean. Yeah. But I came in '92 from the war. It was the war in Yugoslavia. I was lucky to come to Denmark. My great-grandfather chose Denmark. He had a book about Denmark, so I'm grateful for him for that. I think one of the best countries ever to live. I love it. So, and, you know, I came here from Poland, Świnoujście, to Denmark to a ferry. Then we were in a refugee camp in North Jutland, close to Aalborg, from 92 to 95. 95, we moved to Esbjerg.
Oh, so you lived 3 years in a fugitive camp?
Yes, I lived, in North Jutland.
How was that for you? Was there a lot of trouble going on in the fugitive
not at
camp?
all. No, not what you hear right now, because now it's a different situation. At that, there was a different state, a Danish state. They were so good. They treated me so good.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really thankful for these guys. They were there as pedagogues, I would say.
You know what you mean.
Yeah,
Yes.
These guys were so good. They gave me good childhoods. I have good memories. They were good to us. The Denmark was good to us. The Danish, you know, I'm very grateful.
Denmark has a very good welfare society.
It was. At that time, it was different. Not like now, you hear all these stories because they have cuts downs and, you know, it's always going downwards and all that. But it was a good time. I have a happy childhood. My mother makes sure of that because I came without my father. It was me, my little brother, my mother's father and her mother, my great-grandfather. So it was us. My father stayed in the war, fought the war, came in 96 when we already moved to Esbjerg. He come on family reunion. That's how we got out after the war.
Thank God that he survived the war. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
How long have you been separate from your father?
4 years.
Wow.
4 years. And it was crucial because that point, I was 6 years old until 10. you know, you need a father figure. That's why I'm so attached to my mother, I think. Every time I need something, I call my mother. You know, because...
you spend more time with
yes, 4 years without my father.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was like every, let's say Wednesday, we could call this number. It was called radio amateur, where they pick up the phone and you say, hey, I want to speak to my father. It was Senad Hadzovic. I want to speak to him. So we knew that if he was live, if he came, you know, because we said be there you know. So every time he came, we knew he was alive.
Wow.
And yeah, it was crazy, right? So
that had a big
story.
impact on your mind, of course.
yeah, maybe that's why also it made me stronger. Maybe I am a little more mentally tougher than the average guy. Yeah. Not I say I am, but because
you're very mentally strong.
Because
I know
what I
all
do.
your-
You're a professional fighter, so you gotta be a lot more
Yeah.
tough than the average guy.
So that's what I
100%.
mean.
It's
Some
easy
of
to
these
say,
things,
you could say.
I think, because I remember when we were in Bosnia, house was burning. They were knocking on a, you know,
What was burning?
Not door,
house.
The
houses,
house,
not
wow.
all houses you see in the neighborhood.
Yes.
We were in Visegrad, one of the worst areas. House were burning over there in the neighborhoods, and you know the front yard gate, we locked it. It was big. My my grandparents had restaurant. It was called Kod Braće, it means at brothers.
Yes.
In center, they came knocked. They want to get in, but they didn't. I remember all these things. It's crazy. My dad and grandfather hide in the attic. They were looking for men to get around, you know, and kill and everything. It was crazy. I remember these things.
Who was going there looking for men to kill?
Yeah, it was at that time the special militia, Bosnian Serbs. You know, it was that war.
That war.
Yeah, it was Bosnian Serbs against Bosnians. And, you know, it was crazy. A religion war. It was like, you know,
Between Protestants and Orthodox, or
Orthodox against Muslim and Catholics against Orthodox Catholics against Muslims. You know, in Bosnia we have three different is Bosnian Orthodox, Bosnian Catholic, and Bosnian Muslim. I am Bosnian Muslim. You know, and the Bosnian Orthodox, they are related to Serbs, and Bosnian Catholic to Croats. And then we have a small community of Jews. So that's why in Bosnia they call the European Jerusalem. We always live like that side by side. Some couple of years, 100 years, there comes a war. We try to kill each other. That's the Balkan mentality.
but most of the time you live peacefully.
Yes, we
among
live.
each other.
Now you go through Sarajevo, you see cathedral, church, Orthodox, mosque, synagogue.
That's
nuns
great.
walking.
Everybody living peacefully.
Brother,
with each
it
other.
is peaceful. It's much more peaceful than here in Europe. You see, it is Europe down there, but I mean EU, you know. I mean, here you see this, oh, look, this guy. Down there, they don't look at you. Do you look? A sister walks by, you know what I mean? A sister. Nobody looks. They all speak together. We are different down there.
That's the way it should be.
It should be like that. But politics, my friend, it was not people. They trick people into thinking, hey, they try
Always.
to kill you. Dirty politician. It's always like that. Many
Always
of
the
them
same.
ended up in Hague, and many died, thank God, and, you know, good. So nobody should be able to kill people. Nobody. And thank God we got away, you know. That was my destiny. I accept my destiny because I found my wife in Denmark. She's Danish. I have kids. I don't want it the other way around. You know what I mean? I accept my fate.
It was God's path for you.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
All right, my friend. And then, so you came to Denmark as a young child without a father. So you had to get tough. You had to find your way.
Yeah.
And then somehow you got into sports, into fight sports.
Yeah.
How did that develop?
Yeah. First, like every child in Denmark, we start football. You know, we play football but later I began martial art. Actually, I began late. I tried everything. First, it was like bodybuilding, you know, styrketraining, strength training, as from 16 years. But then first, I was 20 years old. I tried martial arts. I started late. But before that, I was, you know, a little troubled, you know.
A trouble kid.
Trouble
You
kid.
were hanging out with the bad boys. With the bad boys in SPN.
Yeah, not bad boy for me, but for society, the
Yes.
bad boys. You know what I mean? So yeah, we hang out, did everything, you know, little criminal stuff here and there. But my parents were always strict with me. I know all them. My dad always threatened me, if you do this, I'll kick your ass. You better behave. You know, you're a different country. You should use these schools, the opportunities they have. You know, look what they have. You don't want to be a bum when you grow up and all that. See, you know, I'm grateful he came because I think if he didn't come, I would be here sitting here with you. I swear,
Wow.
yeah, because, you know, at that respect I had for him when he came back, you know.
Yeah, tough father.
Yeah,
Stay in the
no, he
war.
was not actually tough. A tough love. I know he loved me everything, but he wanted me to do something.
But he's a
Because
tough man. I
came-
mean that he stayed for loyalty to his country.
Yes,
and
100.
he didn't run away. You know, he stayed and did his duty.
Yes, I asked him, why did you stay? He said, what if we all went away? Would you have now a place to come here? No, somebody has to do it. And he said, fuck it. I'm going to war. If I die, I die. But at least I tried to defend my country. And now if we all ran, you wouldn't have a country now. Now I can come back every year.
That was a great answer.
I'm proud. At that moment, my dad, he fought for the country. And now I do it in another way. I fight for Bosnia, also Denmark. But I do it in another way, through martial arts. Represent the Bosnian spirit. You know what I mean?
Good. Very
Yeah.
good. So he passed it on to you.
Yes, in a different way,
strong
100%.
Very good.
Yeah.
And then you had this saying, I heard you saying a couple hours before when we met and talked about it a little bit. You said, MMA saved my life.
Yeah,
So
saved
that's-
my life, because I began with that time, you know, I always thought I want to be something. I didn't want to, I know this life, I just want to have a regular job and do all this shit. It was too boring for me. I don't know why I am this guy. I don't like these normal jobs. I could never, in 9th grade, they say you have to now find out what you want to do in life and school. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know what I want to do. So I tried all these things. Nothing succeeded.
What did you try?
Bro, I tried, you know, go to school, Handelsschule,
Trade school.
Trade school, exactly.
So ich spreche Deutsch?
Yeah, we talk a lot of
Trade
language
school,
here.
yeah, trade school, a carpenter, you know, Freemason, brother, VVS, you know, how you say?
All the jobs.
Yeah, plumber.
Yeah.
I tried finance, bro. Nothing. I stayed a little bit. Then, you know, when you burn for something, you know it. This, I was like, oh, I don't want to go. You know what I mean? I just tried to make my parents happy somehow. And then I found sports. My friend showed it to me. At first, I was like, brother, who does this thing? Who goes in the cage and fights another man? The first fight I saw was Wanderlei Silva against Vitor Belfort. You know where Vitor, he ran Wanderlei Silva in.
But it was a good fight.
Because good, but I think what a cage. You know what you associate a cage with? If I ask some normal people, what do you associate cage with? Animal, dangerous animal, criminals, inmates, something you want to keep inside that box. You know what? And then one time my friend invited me. I'm like, what? I tried it. I was totally hooked because there was this smaller guy. Brother, he held me down. I couldn't get up, and at that time I trained. You know,
so you thought you were strong, but then you saw in the ring.
I could fight. I thought I was a bad guy, but this guy, he was smaller than me.
He used to.
And always, I know this
strength.
guy. I know mentally. I even know I could. If in the streets, I know I could beat him up. You know, because I have the mental edge. There's up to something that means. You know what I mean? But in the gym, where there was gym rules, I couldn't do nothing to him. He held me down like motherfucker. I have to learn this. You know, and I think, this was also impress the girls, because speaking honest, as a young boy, you wanna, you know, I always wanted. That's why I train. I wanna have good body. As a man, you wanna have girls. You know, you see all these girls. They want this guy. I'm like, I want them to have also me. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. That's also a drive for your motivation, a discipline.
It's in everybody of us.
It is, brother. You want to be because I want to become. Then I started doing this, and I found out quick I was good at it because I have the mental edge. I see this is easy for me. You just fight, and I see these guys, you know, mentally they break down, and I had try one fight, another, and I'm winning. And then Otto, he offered me a pro fight.
Otto, to give a fast presentation of Otto is like the godfather of Danish MMA. He was like the first one who...
What's his full name?
Otto Knudsen.
Yeah, he is the Danish.
He's the Danish godfather. He's like the Danish Dana White in that kind of way.
He still has events now. MMA Gala, it's called. Our guys are fighting this weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah, in Aalborg.
I'm going on with Morten.
Almost once every 2 months or something, he hosts an event, MMA Gala. Very good professional amateur. At that time, he only had amateur events. I fought amateur. And then, because I was good and I need more, you know, challenge, I was getting better. So every 2-3 times a week, I traveled to Odense to train. People thought I was crazy. Why are you going to Odense to train? Because
it's far away from Esbjerg.
It's from my home. It's 138 kilometers. Yeah. But just to train, hour and a half, and then go back 138 kilometers. So 1 hour and a half. you know, benzene money and all
It's
this.
3 hours and all.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Just
People
driving.
say you crazy. I say, but who's crazy now? You know what I mean? You have to do something, even though it doesn't give sense. But to me, it gives sense.
That just shows your dedication.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dedication.
That
That's
was
it. The
perfectly said.
discipline also.
But it's
I
brought
felt
you,
like, yeah.
and it's brought you where you are today. Without this dedication, you wouldn't
That's
have come so
100%.
far.
Sometimes I train boxing 5 to 7. Then I'm like, oh, now in half an hour, they begin MMA. I go down, train MMA 1 hour. And my boxing coach, Yancy, was pissed at me because I have to fight boxing. But he know I was overtraining. He said, why are you overtraining? Because I was getting tired because I was doing too much. But my mentality was more is better. It took me years to find out it's not the truth. You know, you gotta train
It's not
smart.
the truth?
No.
No.
It is sometimes in fighting you have to give it all. But if you just train, not relaxing, you just
Destroy your body.
destroy your body. You just go downwards. You have to.
You felt that on your own body?
I felt because I trained so much. Even though I won fights, I remember winning a cup in Hancock. I'm like, oh yeah, I won. He was like, yeah, you won, but you look like shit. I'm like, what? Okay. But he was honest with me. He said you could be so much better if you listen, you know, and I tried to listen a little bit more. But still, you know, I want to train hard, you know. So, but that's what I also see now in young kids in my gym. They train too much. And I try to tell them, easy. You know, I can see it now.
So what is too much?
It's training every day, 2 times, 3 times a day.
Too much.
Yeah, like everyday cardio, every day. In the red field, you know, like a car, you go in the red every day.
Yeah.
It's not good.
All
You
right.
need maximum
you need-
3,
What-
4,
yes.
3, 4.
In a week.
Yeah.
You need like 1 to 2 rest
Yeah.
days, 100% in the week. When you
Yes.
train on a high level, you need 1 to 2 complete rest days where you don't do nothing. This is very
Some of them
important.
do not at all rest. They don't train every day, 2 trains there because we share our plans. I'm like, that's too much, brother. But you're young, you have the energy, you will learn. And many of them get injured because of that. They don't recover very well. You gotta listen to your body. It is true. But you learn. You know, you get wiser when you get older. That's what I learned with fighting. You start here with your athletic ability and your stamina and everything, and how wise you are here. And this, it's like a chart that follows the years. You know, the years go, and then I feel like I'm here now, the golden middle now. I've declined a little bit maybe in my, you know, because I'm not so young anymore. But
You mean stamina?
yes, and everything. You know, you're getting older. You're not so young. You're not so fresh. You don't recover. Now I need more time to recover. I hit somewhere my bone. It takes a little more time to heal. But I'm smarter than before. That's why I'm much better fighter than I was before. Even though I had, you know, my computer is much better. You know, so maybe they have the body, but I have the better computer.
How old are you now?
37.
All right. So you feel like that's like a golden point, like a sweet spot.
I feel, and definitely, you know, there's age, 37. It means I've been 37 times around the world, around the sun. You know, one, yes, but not for me. My biological age is much younger. I feel like 30 inside. It is what you do. Like Mads, he has a very good lifestyle. Trains every day. He's young now. He's about to have his pro boxing debut. You know?
No. My second.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, second fight.
Yes,
Sorry,
yes.
I was at your.
You were
I was-
at my
I
debut.
was-
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was sorry.
You were thinking
My
about that
bad.
one.
But
Yeah.
still, you know, he can do it still, even you know what I mean?
In my age.
Yeah,
That's what you mean.
because he has kept his, you know,
He's training high.
yes, training
yeah.
because he loves biohacking, as so do you and me.
Yes, I do.
We try to do everything to optimize our health and eat right and do. That's how you keep younger for a longer time. Before, in the old days, 30 years you were done. Now this is the new 20s, brother. You know, that's why you see some of the fighters. You see, Yoel Romero is 45 still fighting.
Yeah.
Champs are 42 years old. The best age in MMA is 30s.
Of course,
Most
also MMA
champions-
is not football, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
not
running.
football, like
running.
25,
Yeah, yeah.
28, you're done.
Brother, they run their kilometers over like a
Yeah.
car, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
they ruin themselves. Too much running. But MMA, you got to train smart. There's lots of ways to train, not just run. I don't run so much because I try to spare my knees and everything. You have to think like that. Don't spar every day. It's
So
your
how do
brain.
you get your stamina then? If you don't
I use
The air
Vessel
bike.
bike?
Airdyne, yeah. That's the hardest. It's harder than Airdyne. Skier and row. That's the thing.
Rowing, yeah.
And then I have this guy we have in our club, Martin Prase, is very good. He's like geek. He reads all
He's your cardio stamina coach, no?
He
He always helps you
performance
to
coach.
each fight.
And
This
what
guy
did you learn from him?
I learned I never been in better shape before I met him. and he told me how to train, zone 2, all these different zones. I never knew about this before. I just thought, go to the gym, max out. Yeah, you go, no, that's wrong. You need to train zone 2 training. That's like easy training. First you measure, you do some measuring. This guy, I tell you, he's like a geek. He's like professor. He measured my VO2 max. Then he knows when I switch. Because when you're low exercising, you use fat. When you go up in the heart, you use the good fuel. That's the carbohydrate.
The glucose.
The glucose,
muscle,
yes. So me, about 150 beeps in minute, I go to glucose from fat. So when I want zone 2 training, for me, it's like under 150.
So that's like where you burn fat.
Yes, but that's also my zone 2 lays. So about 1 hour, I'll sit on the bike or I switch, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there. But for an hour, I switch and I keep it. I must not go over. I keep it under and over 120 or 125.
So what's like red zone for you, zone 3?
Yeah, that's, high intensity intervals that it's called anaerobic, There's aerobic, that's like the easy, and anaerobic, it's like without oxygen.
Yeah.
That's like high intensity, that's like 170, 180, that's max.
Is that what we're gonna train tomorrow? Damir is gonna train me tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow you're gonna do high intensity max. You're gonna do, you're only gonna give it all you can, and 10 seconds and 20 seconds rest for 8 rounds. That's 4 minutes. We're gonna do 3 of those, and that is training without oxygen. And when I do this zone 2, it is with oxygen. That's how, let's say, bicycle riders train. They have the best zone 2 in the world. They can go on. You see these Tour de France guys, fucking crazy stamina. They can go on, The most they train is zone 2. Yeah. They just keep in that. That's how you get more ATP, more, this better blood.
Energy,
better blood. This mitochondria, more mitochondria.
Yeah,
that's what gets your, last time I did my blood work, my doctor's like, wow, your blood is good. Yeah. Everything was on point. I needed nothing. Perfect. Everything. He says, wow, it's.
And do you know?
And he never said that before.
Do you know if you're relaxed, like now, sitting?
Yeah, I learned about.
What's your pulse? What's your beats per minute? In a relaxed state.
Yeah, it depends where I am. If you're now without training, when I'm in training, up to a fight, when I sleep, we are different. When I sleep, it's like it can be from 40, 45 to 50. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Now it's like 55, 50.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my sleep.
I'm asking because yesterday I visited my grandmother and she's 94 years old. And of course she has this thing, to measure blood
pulse,
pressure and everything, And I was sitting there and I was making fun, just measuring. And then I was like, okay, my rest pulse is a little bit too high. So I was just sitting there with my grandmother drinking tea, and it was like 75 or 80. So it was like a little bit too high. So that's why I was.
But did you drink coffee before that? Did you?
Yeah, I drank one coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, you were up. Maybe you sat down. If you want to really measure it, sit down for 10 minutes. Try to relax.
Yeah.
And then measure it.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe
I have to put some work. Yeah, I think I did too much weightlifting, not enough cardio.
And listen, what I say also to people, I just say this: weightlifting, it's for your muscles and your joints and bones. But if you want to train your heart, you want to live long, you gotta train cardio. That's your heart. That's how you train your heart. That you make your heart stronger. Because when I was at the EKG, the heart monitoring, I came back to get my results. I had to send them. Then this woman looked. She went out. She get this doctor. Because my other doctor, he was busy. I just came to get the results. I know. But then the other woman, she came like, Damir, you got to sit down. I'm like, what?
Oh,
wow. I send, I need to go to hospital now. She's like, what? Your left heart chamber is bigger than usual. I'm like, do you mean I have a sports heart? Oh, yes. Oh, you make me scared. That's what we do. For training, I made my heart left venstra hjärtekammer, left heart chamber bigger. That's what we athletes do. Because I have a stronger heart, it's called a sports heart. So normal heart, it says tuk, 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 tuk. But my heart says tuk, 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 tuk. Less in long run, less heartbeats because it's stronger. Yeah. Perfect. That's why many bicycle riders, they fell off bike in the country, they take them to the hospital. they always, oh, there's something wrong with his heart. It's enlarged. No, he has sports hearts because they only used to handling people, normal people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
not sports people.
Not sports people. Yeah.
Yeah, even
But
though she was a
it's
doctor,
better this
it's
way,
better.
right?
It's better because then it's
the heart has to work less.
less. That's right, lesser. It works lesser and it's stronger. And in time, when you stop one day, it will shrink a little bit down. You know, but it's good for athletes. It's called heart. It's the left. Yeah.
So, brother, tell about the first MMA fight that you did. You remember the first fight that you
Yes,
did?
I remember 100%.
Was it to Fighter Gala back then?
Yes, it was Fighter Gala. Yes. My first, you know Alexander Gustafsson?
Yes.
Yes, his last amateur fight was in the same event. I had the first fight against this guy, Wing Chun. Knocked him out 36 seconds. I didn't know what to feel like over there. Wow. And I used my boxing double jab, right hook. I still remember how I landed the look on his my hook on his
on the side of the
side of the head. And I remember slow motion, his eye go up and he just goes down.
It was a completely knockout.
And in the beginning in MMA we had count. It's called shoot fighting. There's no hitting on the ground. So when he falls down from a knockdown, he has to be counted to 8. But he counted 1, 2, 3. And I could see he couldn't even not look. He was just looking down. You know, his whole earth was spinning around. So he stopped the fight. Yeah, but I had the first fight, amateur. Alexander Gustafsson had the last amateur fight of the night, and then he went over to pro, and I started my amateur career.
Gustafsson's also a great guy. I saw him live 2 times also.
He fought when I fought in Sweden that night where I got knocked out. He proposed his wife actually.
Yes, I remember. Yep. And then, so that's the best feeling.
Brother,
that's the best feeling. Yeah.
But it was short, 36 seconds. You can see somebody put the music into it like something.
I always say that feeling even beats sex.
Brother,
no, it's only a fighter knows that. Who has been in the ring and then he wins and it's
also because you overcome something. The pressure down there and the pressure up here is something different. Yeah. Because before your fight, you have a little doubt in yourself, especially the first fight. How should I react? Everything is new to you. Yeah. I was like, I tried to pace myself. I'm gonna go crazy, but that was the wrong. I didn't know that. You know, you have to be calm, different. Exactly. You know, but still, I won. You know, but it was the best feeling. That's why you continue to do it. You have one more fight.
So how many amateur fights did you had before you went into pro?
I think I had 14.
Yes.
14 amateur fights, 13, 14, winning 10 of them, especially, I remember,
And then you started pro by Otto, or did you start pro by, okay.
Yes, Otto, he gave me first pro fight.
What was it called back then? Dave, what was it called?
Yeah, Fighter Gala.
What was it called, Fighter Gala?
Yes, it was called Fighter Gala. It was the Fighter Gala was the original.
Yes.
Fighter Gala was amateur, and then it became FG Fight Night.
Was this the one you transformed when you joined the organization?
Yes.
Now you're the owner of FG Fight Night.
With John, yes. Fighter Gala was the first MMA event on Danish soil. It was where people could come in amateur to try out. I also think he did a little bit of pro fighting in that also, no? In Fighter Gala, or was it completely amateur?
No.
Also pro, no?
No, straight from the beginning. They also had pro, but it was 1, 2. In the beginning, it's like 1 guy, 2 guy, 3. And then it got like, okay, now we have half card this, half card that.
Yes.
And then because more guys, you know, came from amateur and became pros, also from Otto's gym, it was Monjo, so there was more. These guys, Sonny. Now we began to have more guys, you know.
And Rosman, you know what, the first time I saw Egelin fight, it was back in 2012. He fought about Rosman.
Yes.
And I even betted with Valder. We said a bet of €500.
And that Rosman win. You put on.
He put 500 on Christian, of course, and I put 500 on.
He didn't come out from round. I think he something. Yeah.
No. He Egelin was in front on points.
Yeah.
And he I have to say, I like David very much. David, big respect to you, David. I like both of you, but that fight, he was on top. But then Christian hit, and he bowed down his head, David. And Christian hit him directly, and so he broke his hand.
Yeah, I remember there was something. Yeah, and because I remember he stopped.
Yes,
he couldn't continue.
He couldn't continue. But So you the first pro fight was to that one. To the To the Fighter Gala.
Yeah, Fighter Gala. Yeah, Fighter
How
Gala.
did that fight went?
It was good. I got a Dutch kickboxer.
Okay.
This guy,
That's
Alan
wow.
Brivkani, I remember.
Fuck, they're so hard.
Yeah, they're
The
hard.
Dutch are so fucking hard.
But I stand with him first round.
Yeah.
And then I swear I also got injured.
Yeah.
I injured my hand. I hyperextended.
Oh, you won the fight?
Yeah, I won the fight.
Ah, wow.
But
Hyperextended this tendon.
yes, brother. I don't
It
know what
ripped
happened.
off?
No, but bro, I put me in cast. I couldn't move it. Luckily, nothing happened. I had like 2 weeks, and then it became normal.
But you're so fucking hard.
We both threw hands, I think.
And then
You
hit
know,
like-
and then both hands like did, and my hand, bro. You can see the video. I like this. Fuck, I do like this. You know, wow, something. And I think to myself, if this goes to second round, I don't know if I can get out.
So-
Get out, you know. So I take him down. I take the chance.
So to understand, you had the same like me with you broke the bicep.
I didn't broke anything.
Oh, okay.
Doctor said it wasn't broke, but
Oh, okay.
Just overextended.
I extended.
In
Okay.
your case, it was totally ripped off, right?
Yeah,
But Damir had that also.
Yeah,
But which
yeah.
one? Which
I
one of
have
your
a
biceps?
pectoralis.
In the chest.
The chest,
Ah,
bro.
so you
Yeah,
tear off the chest
pectoralis.
muscle.
It's
Yes.
pectoralis, yeah. But brother, in the fight, even with adrenaline, I can feel it. You know, adrenaline helps. You cannot feel it. This,
Yes.
I felt it.
Fuck, then the pain must have been so.
And then I thought, you can see how I hold my hand. And then I thought to myself, and I'm like, damn, I don't think I can go out to second round.
Yeah.
If this, you know, because you get cool little down and you get other thoughts. And then I tried to take him down, took him down, mounted him, fucking grounded, pound the shit out of him. And this referee, I don't know, he wanted me to kill him. I've grounded, pounded him a long
He didn't
time.
want to stop it.
Yeah, and then finally he stopped it. I'm like, yes. And then I felt the pain.
Yeah,
Because
fuck.
it's like adrenaline. When you stop
Fall
a fight,
down.
adrenaline comes off a little
Yeah.
bit. Then I felt it. I was stupid at that time. I drove a car over there. Then I remember driving home like this. I have this hand in, you know, in
Yeah, there's a string.
I
A string.
drove
A
like-
string.
Yeah,
a
it was
string.
manual, so I drove like this.
So then from this fight, how did you get up all the way up to the UFC?
Then I went 4-0. Then I met this guy who was a very good wrestler, Andreas Stoll from Sweden. I took the fight, but you know, every fight you try something new. This time I tried to go down to welterweight naturally, so I weighed in like 78 kilos without cutting. And this guy's a wrestler. He came in heavy. You know, he came in heavy, took me down. I couldn't get up. For 3 rounds, he couldn't finish me. But this guy later, undefeated, went to the UFC, had a UFC career. So this is my first loss. So I fought on, and then I again met another different UFC fighter, Yotko. He actually fought in middleweight. I'm a lightweight, you know. We fought in welterweight.
But the first UFC fight you had, that was against the Wolverine guy.
Moerbek Chai Sumo.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
I never forget that fight. I remember you called me afterwards. You
Yeah.
were so sad. And I just
heartbroken.
and your heart was broken. And but you remember that I told you that you even had this you guys, you have to remember this guy, nobody had the balls to fight him.
Yeah, he was
That
not many
was
guys.
nobody wanted to fight him.
Yeah.
So then they called the Bosnian Mama, say, "You're 100% I'm up for it."
I
You
never,
know?
I never
Yeah.
said no to any fight.
Yeah.
I never will.
Yeah.
You cannot fuck with destiny like that in fighting. You never know.
So
You say
but-
no
but
to this
he's a
guy,
f-
you say yes.
He's
This
a
guy, no,
fucking
you know.
badass.
Check it as it is. Yeah, this was my first
That- but-
fight. I lost in UFC.
Yeah, but there was
That
one of his last fights also, not before he
No,
went
he had
retired.
1, 2, 3 more.
Okay,
Yeah,
how
he
did that
done-
go? You know?
I don't know. He never
Oh.
fought so much. I don't know.
Okay, but he was.
But he was good. He was
Yeah.
coming. He has a lot of fights also. He came from wrestling background, you know, and he
But
was
very-
good. I had a very good round. Then I get cocky. I hit him a couple of times. I'm like, I'm gonna go after him. I was
What you
too
mean
co-
by you getting cocky?
Yeah, like I hit him a couple. I'm like, yes, now it's going, and I'll try to finish you.
Ah, so you were a little bit losing
Oh,
your calmness?
excited, yes.
Yes,
exactly.
I'm like that. That's my problem sometimes. I don't like to try to point to. I think, hey, if I can finish this guy, I want to finish him. I try to kick hard, punch hard. You know, I try always to finish a fight. Always, if I can hit you hard, I would try to hit you hard.
So that's something that you're working on, like the strategy?
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, but it's fucking hard when you're fighting. When you go to autopilot, then you go to your back old. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Again, I cut in training. I can myself like, no, calm down, be more faithful. You know, don't just try to, you know, always put damage. Try to win rounds. But as I became wiser,
Yes.
I became better. Now you know, much better now. But that was like that at the beginning. I hit him a couple times, like I want to try to finish you, and then he cut me with an overhand. And then he rocked me with an uppercut. I sat down. The judge stopped the fight right away.
Yeah, you were not even knocked.
No.
That was the
not-
thing.
yeah,
That was
but he
the
set
thing.
me. There was a knockdown. He set me on my ass. he rocked me. And then this hook come and he pushed me over. You can see in the video. And then I'm like sit on my ass. And then I knew when it's like, fuck. I was.
But you were not happy with that.
No,
position.
I was not. Yeah.
You were ready to fight. You were ready to fight
Next
more.
fight, yeah. I got this guy. They gave me this guy in Stockholm. This coming Scandinavia. I'm getting this guy. He's a very good grappler. He's famous in the grappling world.
What is his name?
Polish guy, Marcin Held.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh yeah,
guy.
I remember the fight.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I was there, yes.
Very good fighter. He's like top, in the world. Also grappling wise, ADCC he's won multiple times. Good grappler. And he took me down too, a couple of times in 2 rounds. Then third round, I knew how he fights and what he's gonna do. So we practiced these things, and in the third round, it takes time before you find your timing. You cannot just go in and find. You have to read every opponent, everything. And it was in first round, I almost hit him with the same technique. I hit him here in the chest. One of the first, and then again, and the third time in the third round.
Then he got the famous knee.
Yeah. I got him the knee. Poof, brother, he was out. It was the first fight. Again, how I started my MMA amateur career. I was the first fight on the card. Alexander Gustafsson, he was the last fight. It was this also in Stockholm. I was the first fight on the card. He was the last fight, And I won.
Wow.
Again, I won by knockout. And he also
Seems
won.
like destiny.
And
Yes.
also last time, he also won by knockout in that. So I won by knockout. He fought against Glover Teixeira. He knocked him out.
Yeah.
And he proposed to his girlfriend.
But
I got $50,000
Yes.
extra. A letter from Dana White.
So please tell us about this.
What was Steph? I sent it you in our group on
we're gonna
WhatsApp.
blend it in
You're
now
gonna
for
blend
the
it in
audience.
the letter from
It
Dana
was
White.
nice. It was signed by Dana. It says like, thank you for being a part. You're the good, and it's like you never gave up or something like that.
It's like a motivation
Yeah,
speak.
it's motivation, 100%.
Yeah.
That's
This
what
was like
we want.
knockout of the evening. or-
Yes, it was knockout of the night. Yeah,
You got $50,000 for that.
Right.
Yeah, brother, I was crazy. I remember we were sitting in Twitter. We were reading. I knew like, okay, I have knockout somebody else. Also Gustafsson, maybe they gave him performance. We were waiting, and then they say my name.
Wow.
My man Kupchi, my coach, we screamed at the bus. Yes, bro. My second fight, 50,000. Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
And I was about to get married also. So
Yeah,
yes,
perfect.
man.
That's perfect.
Yes, I think it can't be better, It's not cheap to get married, brother.
Yeah, of course it's not.
And then you not only got the 50, but you also got the 25 for the victory, no?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
yes.
That was a
Of
good
course,
payday.
yeah. I came home with $80,000,
Yeah,
and plus later I got some sponsor money.
Yes.
And then UFC, they're always good. Always 2 months later, always after fight night. I don't know what they collect. Then they always send you like $3,000,
Yeah, wow.
like extra. Always. Thank you
Nice.
being a part of the night. Thank you for your performance. They always send you a little extra money.
That's good.
Yeah, UFC are good, and they
They're
always
very
give
good
you money
organized.
before you come. Always 2 weeks before you have to go, they send you $1,000 about.
Yeah.
So you
Motivation.
so you can buy food, and a week before.
Yeah, they take good care of their
We know
fighters.
fighters are broke. They know if they need the last week, you put all your money.
Was this the fight night, the UFC fight night in Hamburg we were talking about?
No, this was Stockholm. This was
Stockholm,
Stockholm. Yeah,
okay.
this was Stockholm.
Well, you fought here in Hamburg.
Hamburg, I fought the next fight, I think,
And when was it?
in 18 in the
2018?
Barclay, in Barclay Arena. Yes, in 18
Barclaycard Arena in Hamburg.
Barclaycard Arena.
UFC event.
UFC event, Barclaycard Arena in Hamburg. I
Alright.
fought German guy Nick
How did
Hein.
that go? Nick Hein.
I think he's from
famous guy.
Köln.
He's a police guy?
Yeah, he's police guy, Panzer, Nick Hein. He's a good guy, He's fought a couple of years in UFC. I must say, not because we are now in Hamburg, Germany. Brother, Hamburg is the best city I ever fought in. I've been in. I love it here. It's close to where I'm originally from, Esbjerg. It's close to Denmark. I was to Sweden 2 times and fight. I still think this is much closer to home, like food-wise and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hamburg was the best city I fought in.
Yeah, I think also Hamburg is the most livable, most lovely city.
I love it. I have just walking outside. I just love it. So beautiful here. Good weather, clean, cultural, beautiful building. I just love Hamburg.
Yeah, we
I don't
have
know
a lot of green, a lot of green sides, a lot of lakes,
Yes.
a lot of water.
So I
That's
have
nice
really
about
good
the city.
experience from Hamburg. Nothing bad. Yeah, I fought this guy. I won 3.
So how was the event here in the Barclaycard Arena?
It was good.
big?
It was Phil. Yeah, Phil. I remember Phil with the German police officers. Yeah, go because I didn't remember. I will go. I didn't know that you were in the back. Get ready. Then I go out. I see You know, you notice when you go by, you see all these banners with something, police or something. And then Messi told me later there was police everywhere.
Yeah, I was there with Morten. We had the thing was we bought a VIP lounge.
Yeah.
So it was very nice setup in Hamburg. Very nice setup. They have this VIP lounges, and then we shared it with like I think 8 other people, and there was with food, everything. And then they had like a balcony out to the. So we went out there. And I just saw, I said to Morten, fuck, we just surrounded only by police. And everybody, and then on the left, Nick, and on the right, Hein.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like that.
Wow, it was choreographed.
Yeah, they were
strategy.
Yeah, okay.
they were doing
Police strategy.
And you know, like old street dogs, Rami and Moby started, hey, Cap.
Yeah.
But they laughed about that. They saw that, and then we were standing with the Damir Hadzovic, and we were just screaming out your name, and that was a brawl, that fight.
Yeah.
Wow, I saw the picture. You have to send that also to me, the picture from him. You have to blend that in the video.
But I was a little more cautious this fight because the last fight, this guy took me down, and I think this guy who won't stand with me, he wants to take me down because he's judo black belt and he has also good jiu-jitsu. Why shouldn't he take me down? Yeah. So all the way I jab, I like, come on, he's gonna go for the takedown, and I could hear his coach yell. His coach was famous Dutch kickboxer. I don't really right now remember the name. Yeah, I don't want to think about, but he's a famous Dutch. I know this guy, and I'm like, okay, he's not trying to take me down. So I was a little more cautious. So I just tried to jab him real hard. Mostly, I just want to jab.
You jabbed him really hard. That's indeed. His face looked like a traffic accident.
Very, yes, brother.
It would post his viral all over.
That's what I say. I always try to do it too hard.
Yeah. But you know what? He was a very sympathetic guy. Also, the things that he said after the fight.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, big respect to Nick Hein.
Very good. All the best to
him.
I
hope that he has a good retirement.
Every dude you fight with, every guy, there's some kind of respect afterwards. We 2 men go in together to fight, you know, and after that we go on our way. Some lose, some win, but we go our way. We work together. We fight for the same thing. We have family at home. You know, somebody gotta lose, somebody go home, and next time it'll be different.
That's the way it has to be.
Yeah, that's why when I fought this guy in Vegas.
Is it the Brazilian guy why it was such a brawl? Because that fight I want to hear more about.
No, that was the Yancy Medeiros. That was a brawl. But we went at it, you know. I should have got the fight or not, that 100%. Brother, that fight was crazy.
But you won that fight.
Yeah, I won that fight.
That fight was fucking unbelievable.
But I knew we fought for a place.
But that was in Las Vegas also, no? Or was
because there was both. I knew he was his last fighter contract and also mine. So I know the winner, we got a new contract, and the loser, they will get fired from UFC. And when I won, I knew I would win. Bro, I beat him up 2.5 rounds. I got tired of beating him up. Yeah. So in the last half round, he took me down, hold me down because I was so tired. I couldn't finish him. He's that guy, Yancy Medeiros. He's famous for taking a beating. You cannot finish him. You know, he's like Nate Diaz. And he's friends with Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz also wrote, well, that's what I call a fight, you know, something. He tweeted. But this guy, I was tired, all due respect, you know. But when they announced me the winner, I went over, I kissed him on his head. I feel bad for him because I knew he gave air. He was sad. He was so. I don't know why. You know, as a fighter, you know, he also probably has a daughter. You know, he wants to be in there. You know.
Yeah, but
and somebody go,
somebody wins and somebody loses. That's
in that moment after a fucking bloody fight, I felt that tender moment. I like, fuck, I feel bad for this guy. I don't know why. I just got compassion for him. It's crazy. Yeah. But you learn that as a fighter because...
Well, that's one of the things that I love about you so much. You have such a good heart. Yeah. You have a big heart. I feel
really bad. You can see, I see my video. I like, fuck, somebody's... Hey, it's better him than me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, that was one of my best fights because I don't want to lose. I came... And my son was just born. I came over there. I took off Saturday... Monday, you know, it was afternoon over there, Sunday afternoon, but Monday morning in Denmark, my wife, she's wrote me scat with it means darling with a question mark. Brother, I knew I knew right away, oh my God, it's now. You know what I mean? When you know somebody, I called my brother, go over there. You know, I was nervous, but in 2 hours she gave birth. Then I could concentrate on the fight. That was the worst thing.
Very good.
Wow, that's hard, man.
Wow. Yeah.
A lot of feelings going on inside you.
So next week before, then it was Sunday, Monday. So I know, okay, now he's born, so I can first see him in 7 days. Now I have the fight week, but I won. And, you know, because I think that was good. I didn't see him. Maybe if I saw him, I would have time leaving him. Oh, my baby boy.
Maybe,
you know.
yeah.
But it was good. I just knew the mother and baby was okay.
Okay, and then you could
and
concentrate.
Then my family
and then you
was
could
there.
relax.
Her family, they all good. Brother, now it's time to go to war.
Yeah.
You know, now I don't think about my woman and children. You know,
Yes.
if
They're all good.
If
they're
I'm
all
not
good.
sure if they're safe, you cannot.
You
have that in your back mind.
You cannot do your best.
You cannot do your best.
So let's tell us please about how was it to fight in Vegas, and how was it on the UFC training camp in Vegas?
It was good. I've been a couple of times training camp in Vegas. But before my fight, I didn't go to training camp. I did all my training.
Is it a great gym?
So was it your first time in the United States?
No, I've been there a couple of times.
Okay.
I've been in States in 12, 17, 19,
That's
21.
good. So you were not so excited, not so
but still.
nervous.
No, it's nothing to do with this. It's something to do with jet lag. That's the fucked up thing.
Yeah, okay.
Vegas is 9 hours behind. Let's say now
So how much time you need to get rid of the jet lag?
they say a thumb rule, you know, they say 1 hour one day. So if it's 9 hours as it is from
so you need
Denmark,
2 weeks.
so you need 9 days almost, a week and a half, something, yeah. And still, when you come the first day, I wake up like 4 in the morning. I wake up because that's 1 in the noon in Denmark. Like my body said, "What the fuck you doing?" It's 1 o'clock in my body. What are you sleeping for? Even though I stay awake at 12 o'clock, 4 hours later I'm fresh as an eagle, brother. I cannot sleep. Couple of days go, then you get used to it. But then you can feel a little bit. Actually, first time I went over there to fight Yancy, I got sick. I should have fought.
I remember that.
I got sick.
But then you got the rematch.
I got the rematch.
You got so sick there was
They had
no
to go
way
to
to
back.
fight.
Brother, I had influenza, I have fever. I telling you, if I wouldn't fight, I say fuck fighting. Because you know how you feel when you're sick.
Yeah.
You cannot even go up and take a piss.
Yeah, I remember.
You know how you feel. And it was after weigh-ins. We were sitting and watching. It was Bellator in the podium. I feel like this, something. And I'm going to lay down and sleep a little bit, bro. I woke up. I was hot.
You
fire.
went to the hospital.
Yes, in the
went to
morning.
hospital.
Really high
I
fever.
got hospital. They checked me. They said it was in the Corona time. We got tested every day. I'm like, my God, I got Corona now. I cannot go on airplane home. And my wife is pregnant. It was before she was pregnant. Fuck. But they said to me, hey, you got a virus, but it's not Corona. There are some like 100 strains, but it's not Corona.
Yeah.
So I could leave home, but it was virus. So I came back 3 weeks later. I remember you go over there, you make weight. I made weight. We face off. I get sick. I go home. No money. No nothing. And then again, you have to adapt to Danish. Then again, you have 3 weeks. That means, fuck, I have to get a little bit more in shape because you cannot just do nothing. It fucks up your whole training schedule.
Rhythm, yes.
So that fucked me. And then again, I have to go in 3 weeks. Again, cut weight. Again, stretching.
wow.
My wife was pregnant. She gave birth. And I'd sleep like shit. And I said to myself, I'm going in there to brawl today. I don't give a fuck.
So you cut weight, you had the face off, and then you got sick.
And
But
then
how
I
much
get
time
so-
was between face off and the set fight? It's 1 day or 2 days.
One day.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you
it
got
was
sick
in the
in there.
morning. The face-off was like 12 o'clock in the noon, and the fight was next day. But I remember the day I fought the Denmark split against Wales. It was European Cup. Denmark won because I asked Daniel Kommer, what's the score? He told me. I'm like, yeah, we won, and I won. I fought when they started because we were watching the soccer match on my phone.
So how was it? You also fought in Brazil. That was
Also
that
good,
place
yeah.
in Las Vegas was the only place I
Yeah.
didn't manage to come.
Yeah.
But
Brazil
I
is also crazy. The crazy Brazilians.
But I remember
Yeah,
Kupti
you
told
are
me it was
in
like it was
territory
so
enemy. And
so poor.
How about
so
the
poor.
Latinas over there?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's not so. Yeah, it's all right. It's nothing crazy. I'm more
But
like
I
a
don't remember that fight.
Scandinavian guy.
That fight you lost, no?
Yeah. Yes. We were first time in Belém. It was in the north part of the Belém. It's poor, brother. Streets, everything.
Very dirty.
The
no?
hotel. Yeah, little. It's not the politicians.
I remember I
It's
spoke
politicians.
with Kupti.
The hotel doesn't even have a drive-in. It's like a sidewalk, and that's the hotel. You cannot even order food at night. It's fucking dirty politicians. I feel bad for the people, but it was in the Amazonas. That's where Machida is from.
Yeah.
But people were nice and everything, and it's like typical Brazilian tradition. They have soccer and a church. It was like a big stadium and a big church.
Yeah.
And because they were so dangerous over there, they told us don't go out with jewelry, hide everything. They roll everybody, you know. And when we went to the stadium, the police blocked the whole road. We were not stopping at all because of security measures.
Yeah, wow.
Imagine the whole city, it's a 2 million city. They stop everything and just make a road for us to drive. Police escort all the way. We didn't stop at one red.
Wow.
It was necessary.
It was necessary
Crazy.
because over there they throw things at you. They know, oh, this is the opponents. Yeah. They throw tomatoes and everything. Yeah. I haven't experienced that, but I talked to Anthony Smith, all these guys. They say they throw everything at us. Coffee. Miocic, them. I know his manager already, or his own man. I know him very good. He said when they won in Brazil, they threw hot coffee at them, tomatoes, everything. They have to have security. If you win in Brazil, you have to have security escort you out. You know, because they don't like to lose.
No,
they will tell you, get the fuck out. You know? They're like that. They are very tribal people. Wumahe, you must die. they shout that when you go in.
Wumahe?
Wumahe. It's Wumahe, you must die. You must die.
So, brother, let's go to where I also was, the last fight you had. Because that also, despite that you lost, once again, you just showed me what a fucking brutal warrior you are. Because in the first round, the accident happened with your knee, no?
Yeah,
so
I tore my ACL.
Yes, and that's like the
also
worst.
My both meniscus.
Yes.
Yeah, if people don't know, ACL is the crossbone. It's the thing that holds your shin bone together with your knee. Yes. And if you don't have that, if you do something fast, explosive, it feels like, imagine having a banana peel in between. It's like this. You feel like it goes like, you know.
And despite that, it just shows how warrior heart you have. You fought all the rounds, and you then lost on points.
Yeah.
But my point with this case is just to tell to the people, because I was there live with Morten, and I remember I said, Morten, something is wrong with there, because I know how you fight, because I know you for so many years. And I was right. And you said, I already had it in the first round. And you still keep fighting all the rounds. Yeah. What goes through your mind when the first round was finished and you were sitting and you know that something was wrong with your leg? How come that you said, what, fuck it, I'm still going to go out there and fight in the last round?
Because there's always a chance. Because if you don't take a chance, you lose 100%.
That's true.
Even though I lost. Because I remember when it happened, I'm like,
couldn't you feel the pain? Couldn't you feel the pain?
Yes, I feel pain. Yeah. But I must also say that I injured something before 3 months before. I had also knee injury.
Okay.
I reopened.
So you thought it was that?
Yes. So I always took a month off, then trained it up, and then at the fight we have something where he threw me around, brother. I could feel like I'm like on the ground and like okay. I remember thinking, now I could just say, I have feeling. I just try to write it out, see what happens. Maybe you could get him a guillotine or something.
Yes.
And I just forgot about it. Try to, and it's I know he didn't know this, but it's like he knew every time he went for this leg when he tried to trip me out. And when you have an injury, when it hurts, it not hurt always, but it's some things it hurts. Yeah. So I always had that in my mind. So you cannot free fight, fight, you know what I mean? You have this in your mind.
You cannot keep 100%.
No matter what I did, I tried to take it down. I feel the leg. Yes. I'm like, fuck. So
you cannot go all the way.
No, it was shit, brother. It was my worst fight. I hate that fight.
Yeah, but you show so much heart. You showed so much heart.
Yeah.
Many others, they would have stopped at the first.
And that guy talked so much shit also.
Yeah,
it was bad sport, this guy. I never fight this guy for what's the deal with that? It was my worst fight, and I haven't fought since then, so I'm really annoyed. But
back in February, you should have fought.
I should have fought
in Vegas.
I should have fought about the 10th February. I had a good matchup, everything. I was ready.
And then what with the working visa?
Best shape. I was in 17 January. Gave them my pass. I have 2 times before in 17 and in 21. I had working visa, P1 it's called.
Yes.
Where you can work because I have to work in the U.S. As I fought in 21, but I haven't heard from them since.
So they still have your passport?
They still have my passport.
Yes.
It's in It's in. They call it procedure. UFC cannot do anything anymore. They pushed it.
Yeah.
I got a fast, meeting with them.
Yeah.
They paid. They got so it's in this procedure now.
Procedure. Like what Bad Boy Patty.
Yeah, Paddy Pimblett, because
yeah,
we have the same manager. The manager, Graham Boylan, he told me it's happened the same with him. He waited 6 months to get his working visa. And the embassies are the biggest pain in the ass. You cannot do anything when that's in depth, that procedure.
You cannot do it. You cannot do anything to speed it up.
They tried, they know when it's done, it's done. They don't know. They don't give a fuck.
That's pretty bad.
That's shit, brother. I'm waiting, so now...
So what is now
5 months.
because you still have a contract with UFC for how many fights?
I still have 3 fights on the contract.
Wow.
UFC can always, they have the power, but...
But you have shown so goodwill and so much throughout the years.
That's why UFC wants you to come to fight.
Yes.
They don't want you to take safe, even though they have some fighters before. You remember John Fitch?
Yes.
He won almost all his fights. He lost one fight, they cut him. They had the reason, because he has boring fights. Yeah. All his fights go to distance. He didn't try to finish them.
Yeah.
When I fight, why should I go? I'm not paid by that hour. It's not.
Yeah. So you know what they want to see, so you act like that.
But it's also, honestly, what you want to see. Do you want to see somebody who tried to point it out, or did you say, hey, he tried to finish him, now he tried to finish him?
Fucking brutal, crazy
You want to
stuff.
see, that's what I see. You want to see man shit,
Yeah.
testosterone. You want to see knockout, brother, just bleed. This guy.
Exactly, yeah.
I remember
That's why UFC is so popular.
It is.
People want to see it. Yeah, it's like gladiators back in the ancient days.
You know what their motto is, slogan? As real as it gets. It's true. That's what we love. That's why it's so popular. People say this brutal, this, that. Why it's so popular? Because that's numbers don't lie. That's what people want to see. We are like that. Our fighting is in our DNA. Everything is fighting. The society, how you say, myrtle, this between the layers.
Concrete.
The layers between, that is violence in the society. If something goes wrong, who you call?
The strong guy, warrior.
No, you call the police. And what does the police? They use violence.
Yeah, okay.
You need to have a society, you need violence. Everything works. We solve everything with violence. We hunt. We get
because
meat.
that's the last point.
I think that's looked up for more perspectives. I think other people will not agree in that one, but it's true.
You know what I mean? It's not. It's brutal. It's sad. But how can you have society if, hey, please don't do that?
Yeah, of course.
You have jails. You put them in violently. Police cannot work without they have this. How you say?
Without the force.
Yes,
the
you
force.
have the force,
Yeah, of
and
course.
that is violence.
Yes.
Force is violence.
Yeah.
You can pack it in as you want to, but it is what it is. It's violence. And we are like that, how we hunt, how we do everything. It's on the DNA. We make war with each other, We it's a part of who we are.
Less consequence.
And less, as you say, what does when 2 football players, they try to push each other, they want to fight, And when they fight, there's nothing more to do. Then who's the big dog. You see a football match, basketball match, tennis match, a fight.
Ice hockey.
Yeah, what you think everybody's gonna watch at? Everybody wanna watch that fight, because that's the most exciting. It's something not everyone wants to do, and also that people love fighting because they're doing something that's so crazy. I'm never do it, but I have to watch.
Respect it so
I
much,
respect it. They have the balls and courage.
That's
to do
also
it.
the reason why, like, if we speak for example, like football, as a soccer in Denmark. That's Stig Tøfting, who is also a good friend of mine, and also Stig. And that he gets so much respect, and he was like a fucking pit bull on the lane back then. He didn't take no bullshit with so many fights, and that was the people. They hated him and they loved him, but still everybody wanted to watch him fight because they knew everything can happen.
Yes.
So.
And everybody respected him.
Yeah.
If you didn't like him, you respected Steve. Everybody else today, you respect Steve because he didn't find nothing. And if you try to fuck with this guy, he will fuck back with you. And you don't want that.
And you can see now Aarhus just played the finals against Silkeborg in Copenhagen. Yeah, and they had the whole backup. They are a better team. Respect for Silkeborg and congratulations on their victory to become champion. But that was once again, they need the Aarhus team disappointed. That's just not the way it is. They have the whole backup. They have the best team, but they don't have a strong leader like Steve. They don't have somebody. Not because they
come on.
Yes. Wow.
Also mentally, That's also fighting. It's good. Some of the most nicest people in the world are fighters. When you meet them, they have no big egos. Because we know how it's to lose and how it's to... There's always one stronger than the strongest,
Yes.
So we try this. So we you know, that's why martial arts is good for you. It helped me, like, save my life, as we can speak. Before martial art, I thought I was the baddest man, you know. Until you learn, hey, there's these guys, they can also fight. Then you say, hey, it's small margin game, you know. This guy, he's strong.
And
this
it can change
it
throughout
can
the
change.
days, throughout the
so
years.
you get more humbled. Martial art humbles you. You say, we all human. We all have these weapons.
So you found your balance with
I
fighting.
found my brother
It's
balance.
the same like me.
It's
also.
like my pressure ventil, you know.
Yes.
You know, when 2 or
Sometimes-
3 days home, my wife
Yeah.
say, go to gym, go train, need to train. She can feel, you know, as men, we get riled up. How's the society now? You know, it's not more of the strongest survivor, the fittest, you know. It's now, you know, the guy who complains, he gets right, or, you know, it's lawsuits. It's not more about, you know, there's no more, like, for really
Men are not
masculine
allowed to
guys,
be
there's
men anymore.
Yeah.
That's
there's-
the way it is.
There's no room for them. That's
no,
why
no.
they need to go to martial arts. You need to get something out.
Yeah.
We are born like this biologically. You cannot change biologic. You know, we are like what we are. They try to
Exactly.
suppress it. They will only explode.
Try to cover it and try to give
Like
it other names.
now, like your guy Nino in your the
last
other
episode,
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
you have with Nino. Why you think Andrew Tate is so popular? Because they try to put a low, you know, on the
Yeah,
you know
an agenda.
Yes, and then it's blew out back on them.
Yeah.
No, we like what this guy is saying because we agree. You know, we want to be
Because
men.
he's speaking the truth.
He's speaking the
about
truth.
the men.
The men,
Yes.
we are what we are. We are this biology. You cannot change us biologically. We are what we are. That's how we born. They're trying to think they can outsmart nature. It will backfire you. So
So, brother, now you're waiting to get, first of all, the
working visa.
Yes.
The P1. Yes.
and then after that, you'll take contact to Graham,
yes.
and
then
Graham
they-
he will
yes,
fix. He will fix.
He will contact them. They will
Yes.
find me a fight. That's
Fight,
how it is.
yes.
100%.
Yes.
That's the next step. So I'm just waiting. I'm training in blind.
Yeah.
I have to train every day.
But you're always on point, yeah?
I'm
Yes.
always training. I need to. I don't want to.
I've never seen you as big as you are now. You look very good
Yeah.
in this weight class.
I eat good now, you know. Because I also know my body. I know also.
Yeah, you
I'm
can-
having a good time. If I want to lose 3 kilos, I will lose the next week healthy. I know how to do it. I know what to cut out. I know my body. That's why you become.
What's
when
your
fight-
weight right now?
84, 83 kilos. When you become a fighter, you begin also, you know, diet, you know your body, you know many things, manipulation, everything.
I lost from 103 to, and I took the fight like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I went from 103 and I weigh 96, 95, 96 now. But I cannot
7, yeah. Wow.
What, in what time, bro?
in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. He
But
knows
it's too
his
much.
body. He knows his body. He
But
knows
it's too,
how it
but now
works.
it also fit is too much.
Yeah.
That's also the reason that
you
yesterday
look- yeah.
I did completely rest, and today I do rest. Tomorrow I train with you. Saturday I do rest, and then Sunday I train again. I need, because cannot be allowed because I fight heavyweight like always. And you start by professional boxing, you don't have super heavyweight, you just have heavyweight.
And
When
what's, the,
amateur,
starting,
you
what's the
have
starting point for that?
91 kilos.
91.
So I don't want to
What you want to fight?
I feel the best about like 98 kilos.
Yeah, that's what you
Yes.
feel. Why you feel best. Heavy is not always best.
No.
Then you cannot move. You're slow.
Sick.
I seen without his shirt, he's perfect, toned, suits him very well. He has big, strong legs also.
And a fat ass. That's very
Yeah,
important.
but that's important.
Yeah. I always, you know, at sparring,
Legs.
I always see when I have a new sparring, you know, when you go to do sparring change, you know that, and you see your next man, you see he has a fat ass.
Yeah.
You just know he has
No,
a fat
yeah.
ass. You know he
Brother,
can hit
that's the
fucking
thing.
hard.
You know, nothing is. That one thing I want to say about my injury, knee injury. Nothing is so bad. It's not good for something. Everything that happens to me, I accept the life's fate for me because what should I complain? I have nothing. If it happened, it happened. Move on. Make the best out of it. I have never had so strong legs. My takedown defense never been better because I focus on getting my legs stronger now. My knee, I have never had bigger legs than I have. Brother, my takedowns are very good on point. I'm really strong.
we cannot wait for your
Yeah,
next fight.
so
You're gonna be
you
so
know,
ready.
I choose
Good
something.
way to think about it.
You
Very
know,
strong. Very
use
strong. Always
everything.
fi-
Can
always
you
gotta
make
have
some
to find the
positive?
positive,
Yes.
exactly.
No matter what happens, if you cry, sit. Nobody cares, brother. I can see crumma.
There's
but
always some positive in the negative. I always say that.
always,
No
brother.
matter what situation you're in,
Yeah.
there's always some positive in the negative.
And it's crazy I say this, but I'm happy it happened because I'm so happy with my legs now. I feel so strong in them. And I've learned so much from. I took the time to learn so much new things. You know, everything happened for a reason.
To
If
get
you
your
wanted
legs
to.
so strong, did you also do some weightlifting for the
Also
legs?
that,
or-
yes, but mostly I did. Honestly, the moment that is, I do this airdyne thing. You know, this
Yeah,
1
that's
hour,
what made your
one
legs strong?
one time a week. I do this 1 hour just on this every week. Sometimes 2 times a week in high intensity. But brother, also weight training, and every workout I start with 100 squats, 100 push-ups, but not right away. Like 20, 20, 20,
Yeah.
20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Yeah, so you
And then I
separate
begin,
them.
and then I go do this. Then I feel, oh shit, it's already
Already pumped up.
already pumped. And then I look, try to don't go over 150, and then it's also mentally in the fight you always try it. So it's mental training also. Everything is training if you make it to.
Yeah.
So,
That's
brother,
a good word.
we wish you all the best with your future career. I cannot wait for when I get the call and say, I have a fight. And if it's not in the US, I'm going to be there. And thank you for a very nice podcast. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for sharing your
Yes.
fighter's wisdom. And we're all very excited. I think the audience too, very excited for your next fight.
Thank you
Do,
guys.
do you have some last words you want to say?
I just want to thank you for having me, man. Thank you. You have been also good friends for the last many years. A very good relationship, especially a healthy relationship with sports and martial arts. You know, we have a lot of comments. So it's very good to see you again and be here and meet you, Harry.
Thank you
I
so
love
much.
your podcast. I love also the name of your podcast, High Pressure.
You spoke
Because all
about that
these
earlier.
guys, it's about this high pressure jobs and when you're under pressure. But that's
Exactly.
how diamonds are
Yes.
made.
Yeah,
Harry
exactly.
always
No
says-
pressure, no diamonds,
No
bro. It's
diamonds,
not possible
brother.
without.
You cannot. Pressure, it breaks you or makes you.
Yes.
Most of us who are here, it makes us.
That's
So
the way it is.
thank you.
Fucking A, brother.
Yeah,
Thank
people
you.
can follow me on Instagram.
Follow him on Instagram. It's at
Hadzo if they want
Hadzo.
to. Yeah.
Yes.
Hadzo.
And honestly, I hope that I can fight in Europe because of
Also,
just-
then I can
it's
come.
Then we
not
can
so
come.
much. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my friends can come. I said to people, don't come to US. It's too far. You don't need to come for me. Watch on TV.
I don't care how far it is.
Yeah,
I just have a little bit concerns by coming in the country because of my past.
Yeah.
So, that's the way it is,
That's
As
high
an OG,
pressure, brother.
I was-
It's always high pressure with you.
But, Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you,
Thank you,
guys.
Damir.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.